We'd like to start Foreign Minister Hayashi's regular press conference. Minister, the floor is yours. Just one thing I would like to share with you. From the 18th of May to the 20th, Director General of the IAEA, Dr. Grossi, will be visiting Japan as the MOFA's guest. On the 19th, I am to have a meeting with Dr. Grossi. During his stay, Director General Grossi is to have meetings with government officials and to visit TEPCO's Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power plant. We are placing emphasis on the IAEA's undertakings who play an important role in promoting the nuclear non-proliferation and the peaceful use of nuclear. In the meeting, we are planning to further boost the cooperation between the IAEA and Japan. That's all from me. We would like to entertain your questions. If you have a question, raise your hand. When your name is called upon, move to the nearest microphone, give us your name and affiliation, and ask a question. Any questions? Asahi Newspaper, Nobira-san. Asahi Newspaper, Nobira. About the IPEF. With the U.S. leadership in the latter half of this month, the IPEF is likely to be established. As the government of Japan, what is your assessment? How are you planning to respond to it? Also, as Japan, the U.S. return to TPP, I understand that you have been working on this. Regarding the two frameworks, what would be the positioning of the each?
On the part of Japan, regarding President Biden's proposed IPEF, the Indo-Pacific Economic Framework, is regarded to be a proactive commitment to the Indian Pacific region by the United States. Therefore, we welcome this. On the part of IPEF, this is an initiative of the United States. As for the details, I understand that it is being discussed with related countries. Japan has also made a constructive contribution to these discussions. At the same time, from the strategic point of view of U.S. involvement in Indo-Pacific international order, we believe that for Japan, reversion of the United States to TPP is desirable. This has also been conveyed to Secretary of State Bilken as well as USTR Tai. Now, regarding the strategic point of view of realizing free and open Indo-Pacific, we will continue to call for U.S. to rejoin the TPP, and we will promote cooperation through IPEF as well, inclusive of the United States. We will do our utmost, closely cooperating between Japan and United States to establish a desirable economic order for the region. Next question, please. DigiPress. Now, this is DigiPress. I would like to ask a question regarding the Korean research vessel being active in the EEZ of Takeshima. I understand that you are confirming details with Korea. Please elaborate what is occurring. And the timing is in line with the inauguration of the president. Is this having an impact on the fact that it was not publicly announced?
Regarding that report, I'm aware of that. Regarding that particular vessel you mentioned, as we received that information regarding that navigation at that marine area from Japan Coast Guard patrol boat to that particular vessel, they immediately checked the purpose of the behavior, alerted the boat, and also they were on guard. I am aware that those measures were taken to the Korean side via diplomatic rules about the navigation of that vessel. We demanded the explanation. Hypothetically, if in our EEZ, if they are doing the investigative activities, that's something we cannot accept. That much has been conveyed. Looking at information collection analysis at the particular area, it was found out that in our EEZ, their marine investigation was not actually confirmed. So we did not ask them to desist. It was just the alerting them in that particular marine area. If it's just an issuing an alert, normally it is not published. So what you have said is not really appropriate. As the government, based on the international law and related domestic laws, we would like to respond to such a situation appropriately. Pan-Orient News, Azahari-san.
Thank you, Mr. Azhari, Pan-Orient News and Arab News Japan. I would like to ask about the UAE new elected president. After the passing away of President Khalifa, how would Japan see the next level of relations with the UAE as a country under President Mohammed bin Zayed? Thank you.
Thank you for the question. Regarding the death of President Sheikh Khalifa of UAE, on the part of the Japanese government, in order to pay condolences, envoy for Prime Minister Amari Akira have been sent. And I would like to take this opportunity to express our condolences. On the 14th, we understand that Crown Prince Mohammed bin Zayed has been elected unanimously as the successor of President Khalifa. On the part of Japan, based on the foundation we have established with the President Khalifa, we hope to cooperate closely with President Mohammed so that we can expand the relations with UAE going forward. Yomiuri Shimbun, please. This is Abe of Yomiuri. I understand that you participated in the foreign ministers meeting in Germany, the G7 meeting. I understand that in the communiqué, the economic security have been included. What is the significance of economic security being written in the communiqué, and how do you want to have closer relations with the G7 nations?
To ensure economic security of Japan, it is essential to strengthen collaboration with the allies and like-minded countries. So far, between the US and Japan, and with the collaboration among the Quad, we have conducted various measures, including the supply chain resilience and the fostering and protection of the important and emerging technology. More recently, we have reaffirmed the strengthening of the cooperation with Europe and Southeast Asian countries and the EU concerning the economic security-related collaboration strengthening. In the last G7 Foreign Ministerial, there has been the significant increase of geo-economical challenges against economic security. The comprehensive and holistic response is demanded, and also the importance of working together to address the economic security concerns. That was reaffirmed as for the first time as a G7 outcome in the G7 Foreign Ministerial Communiqué. Economic security, that wording was used. In the areas traversing security and economics, various issues have been manifested. The security area is now expanding. The collaboration with G7 who share the basic values and principles that is of extreme importance. Based on that foreign ministers meeting, we would like to make a proactive contribution to the further strengthening of collaboration. Next question, please. Sankei newspaper. Okada from Sankei newspaper. Going back to the previous subject, the EEZ, South Korea conducting the marine investigation. Regarding the series of actions, how will it have an impact on Japan-South Korea relations? What is your position?
Regarding the facts relating to the case, I have already explained in my remarks. Going forward, the outlook is difficult to discuss at this time. As I have already mentioned, in addition, I would like to say that the Korean president, the inauguration was an event that I attended, and Japan's basic stance will be taken into consideration in dealing with the country going forward. Thank you. Next, IWJ, please. Internet IWJ. I would like to ask a question regarding U.S. policy to China. The fact sheet was renewed, and it was mentioned in the fact sheet that Taiwan, being part of China, has been deleted. And the support of U.S. will not support the independence of Taiwan was also deleted. And if it could lead to escalate to war between China and Taiwan, which will impact Japan as well. So what is the view of the minister as well as the ministry in terms of the fact sheet?
Regarding the substance of the U.S. government homepage, I would like to refrain from making a comment on each. And I also refrain from answering hypothetical questions such as Taiwan contingency. In any case, the peace and stability of the Taiwan Strait is extremely important, not just for Japan's security, but also for the stability of the international community. Regarding the problems concerning the Taiwan, we expect to see the peaceful resolution via dialogue. That has been a consistent Japan's position. Having said that, generally speaking, security environment surrounding Japan is becoming severer as the government. It is natural that we make exhaustive measures, including the improvement of the systems from peace times, so that we can respond to any situation. Any other questions? Fan Orient News, Azuhari-san.
Thank you very much again, Khaldun Azari, Fan Orient News. Is Japan taking seriously the possibility of a nuclear war related to the situation between Russia and Ukraine? We heard many world leaders talking about such a war. And Japan has been leading a country in the world against the nuclear weapons. So what and how is Japan planning, or your government planning, to defend Japan in such a war and to prevent it from happening preemptively? Thank you.
On the part of Japan, regarding Russia's aggression to Ukraine, the possibility of the usage of nuclear arms is very concerning for us. When we had the G7 foreign ministers meeting in Germany last week, I raised the issue of Russia's possible use of nuclear arms as well as a provocation. This cannot be tolerated, and we must work together in terms of disarmament as well as non-proliferation. We are the only nation victim to nuclear arms. Therefore, we have to strongly call for the non-use of nuclear arms, not even for provocation. Based on that, generally speaking, I would like to mention that the security situation surrounding Japan is becoming more difficult and uncertain. Against this backdrop, we have to consider every option, and we are committed to fundamentally enhancing our defensive power. Based on that, we must strengthen the deterrence as well as the responding capability of the Japan-US security alliance, and further deepen the free and open Indo-Pacific realization with the regional partners. We will take one last question before we close. Mainichi Imaji. Now, I have a question regarding the Development Cooperation Charter. It has been reported that there is consideration made for revision thereof, inclusive of ODA. Development cooperation, what is your general view on this topic?
Regarding the Development Cooperation Charter, It has not been decided that we are going to revise this at this juncture. But as the government, it is natural that we explore how we conduct development cooperation, looking at the changes of the international situation and looking at the relevance to the times by comprehensively taking into consideration international trends and domestic situations. We would like to conduct various discussions regarding the exploring development cooperation that's relevant to the times and the changes in the international situation, measures against the COVID-19 climate changes, and also the heightened needs for humanitarian assistance, including the Ukrainian crisis, and also the importance of economic security that you asked us. We would like to conduct discussions taking into consideration all those matters. With this, we would like to conclude the press conference as the time has come. Thank you.